notes making, and you'll be like, okay. So yes, thank you so much to this wonderful session. We are in a hands-on session in machine learning. I am Monica Mundada, as Mahesh sir mentioned. I'm a research scientist here in Copenhagen Business School. I'm working here from last 1.5 years. And yes, so before we move on, we'll just see the agenda of like today's this 1.5 hour session. So I'll just introduce in bit detail about me and my specialized field. Then we'll see the introduction. Just introduction is just an overview. You must have seen all these slides like from all the sessions we are having from 9th of Feb in different. It's just an overview to understand like, okay, what's the difference perspective I can give and add to this session. Then we'll see the project life cycle, what exactly steps are there for particular project. When we are speaking in machine learning, there are some basic fundamental steps that need to be taken care. Then we'll apply an end-to-end project implementation with a live data set, what I have, and we'll see what are the analysis and conclusion that we can draw from this data set or from this model. So then, yes. So let me start about me, as Mahesh sir had given a wonderful introduction about me. So I'm a research scientist. Apart from that, I have many experiences because I believe it's one life and I just keep on exploring many new things. So to add that, I'm a data analyst, consultant, entrepreneur. I'm a brand influencer, blogger, YouTuber. I just utilize all the platforms that I have to experience, to share my knowledge and my opportunities with the audience. So when speaking about like expertise in a research field, I'm expertise in text analytics and data science. Here I'm working all with the text data currently. I'm mainly involved with research in natural language processing. I have done my PhD in speech and signal processing from Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar University, Aurangabad. So you can always reach out to my mail ID, which is mentioned on the screen. You can also follow me on Medium, blog, and YouTube for like upcoming related videos for your research. So when speaking about real-time applications of machine learning, you might have seen different sessions from different people just having to know about like, okay, this is a wide going upcoming field in different sectors. Like it is a virtual, I have some experience in building like virtual assistants and chatbots in my previous companies. We can also see like agriculture and farming, autonomous flying, where everyone is like grounding its field and experiencing new things. Like we can see the Tesla, the driverless cars, it's coming and it's part of this. It falls under this category. The next comes is the retail and manufacturer and shopping. Security and surveillance is also one of the things that is taken care. Then is sports and analytics. It's also working on the widely applied in this area. It comes to manufacture and production. Then healthcare and medical image analysis, and as you can see, warehouses, autonomous vehicles, and the different applications fall into this different category. So after we know, like, okay, these are all we can apply to this measure in these different fields. But I'll show you a quick research that I have done, especially for this workshop. Like, okay, why we need to apply this? What makes us applying these techniques very smart? So when speaking about like human brain or particular organization, when we are automating any process, like for example, you're running a business project or particular organization, I can list out like automation will save so much of what it contributes to the total percentage of your working behavior or working business model. So when we say automation about like if we do automation about communications, then it makes an effective business decisions, which improves by 8%, which contributes to 8% of a particular organization. When we say automated driven reporting, like reports are generated automatically and they are visualized, then we can say that it is adding to a 10% of the organization. Then All of the above automated data-driven reporting contributes to the 17%. So what I mean to say in this section is like, okay, we have generated some reports, but along with the reports, when it is like when it is combined with effective decision making, it contributes to the 17% of organization. So likewise, when you'll keep on adding up, when you'll keep on automating a particular characteristic or a particular thing in your business, you will easily understand how much it impacts your working business model. And this how the big companies or like a big institutes work on. Like if you want to see like how your health, if you'll get a updated alerts, automated alerts about the health of your business, it will contribute to 25%. Can you imagine, like, okay, right now you're having, you can, if you're using machine learning algorithm, you can predict the business, right? Okay, if I'm having the stocks of this much amount or this much rate, what it will be contributing after a year or a 6 months. So in this way, it will keep on effective business model. You will just improve your business. You will just understand where you can reach over the period of years. So that's why it is very much important to keep updated ourselves, and that's how we have to progress in 21st century. So this belongs to an particular organization or any business model where we can improve ourselves by contributing the task that we can automate. So the this is very basic steps in machine learning. I have just checked the schedule. You must have all these days, in all these sessions, you must have covered like different steps, the basic steps and different types of algorithm. So this is just an overview, just to sum up or summarize. If you know this well, then it's fine. Or else the people who don't know, it's new. It's like, okay, you can learn it today. The people who know this already, it's a kind of a summarization to you. So the steps in machine learning, basically you need to have a data set or a problem statement that you are looking or aiming for. Then there are many text pre-processing steps. This is the very important and very hectic when we speak about text, because it's like text varies in different languages. What you say, what you mean, and what you speak. It's like syntactically and semantically, it all comes into the picture. Then we'll have some NLP techniques applying on after that, like what are the lemmatization, stemming, and all this stop words, pause tagging. These are all the techniques. Then we'll see a model building. We can apply a particular model building in that particular. In today's session, we are going to particularly focus on unsupervised method, which I'm going to use an algorithm topic modeling using LDA. Then we'll see how the analysis of results or how to draw a conclusion after applying a particular method. So these are the steps that we are going to take forward. These are the basic steps in machine learning. So today's project is an Instagram data analysis. So I've been working on this project. This is a live data set, what I am going to share with you. And this is a data set of a furniture company. As I mentioned, we have to have a problem statement. So the company came to us and said like, okay, we have some Instagram comments and we just want to analyze how our business is influencing with the Instagram comments. And we applied different methods and we applied different ways to give them profitable benefits to that particular organization. It's a furniture company located here in Copenhagen. So they have shared, they have scrapped the Instagram comments from their site, from their portfolio, and they have given to us, and they want to analyze which products are more in demand and which products need more attention, because company invest everything, like invest a lot in producing like furniture, or like when we speak about furniture company, it invests a lot in like Scandinavian designs are very famous over here. People just love Scandinavian designs over here. So sometimes those Scandinavian designs are falling apart. So companies just want to understand which products are in demand and which products need to be either redesigned, or like how they can improve their marketing efficiency, using this machine learning algorithms. So that is the problem statement for today. This is the aim, what we'll be looking at to analyze the Instagram comments. So the NLP techniques, there are many NLP techniques, but we are going to process with the stop words, bigrams, lemmatization, and term document frequency. I'm going to explain you in detail like how it is going to be with these techniques. If you are into NLP researcher, it's like you might be aware of this techniques, but who is new in this field, definitely it will be helpful for you also to understand these terms. I'll just explain you in simple basic words so you'll understand it quickly. Then, as I mentioned before, we are going to see a model building. So we are going to work with topic modeling using LDA, which is an unsupervised algorithm. I'll explain you steps and how the model is built and how the model works. Then coming to understanding the results, how the results are interpreted, what we have given to the company, what are our comments, and what we have analyzed after applying this algorithm. So let's start ahead. Yes. So it's a data set. It's very important to have a look around the data set before applying, initializing any algorithm, any machine learning problem. Just do remember to spend some time with the data set, because data set is what you interpret. Data set is what you have as what you have to extract from that, right? So it is very important to have and clear idea of the data set. What are the rows? What are the columns? What is mentioned in each column? What is your target column after that? Or how you can use it for further process. So then once you're ready with this, like when you have a recipe of this like data set, then you can put it like in different tools of machine learning and Python, and you can make a wonderful experiment or practical analysis of this data set. So we'll switch to my window. So we'll see the Jupyter notebook over here now. I'll just stop share because I have to share another one with you. Yes, so this is the data set, what we have from a furniture company. These are the comments or captions that is extracted from the Instagram website of a company. So it is in the format like serial number. And so currently there are 147 rows and 13 columns. And when we speak like it's a serial number, ID, then some ID, comment count, like count, media type, because it's an Instagram images that have been posted from company. This is the URL, what we are having. Then this is the link of the profile that we extracted. This is the timestamp, the year, the caption, what is mentioned as a caption under each image. Then we have hashtag, and then we have comment text. What are the comments that has been received to particular image or particular profile. So yes, these are the basically this is the data set. So I hope this is clear. So the goal, I'll make understand once again, the goal is to analyze the caption that whatever is company writing to a particular image, how it is an impacting a product to be into a high engagement or a low engagement. So I'll explain you high engagement and low engagement. When I speak about high engagement and low engagement, we have considered here the like count. So basis on like count, what we have for a particular image or a particular post of Instagram, we have normalized it to high and low. So the products, we have to see like the products in high engagement or the products which are falling into the category of high engagement, and the products that are qualifying into the category of low engagement. So after this classification, and if we are able to extract the products, then we will see like, okay, these are the products, like, okay, sofa, chair, or designs are getting more attention, or like flower pots or vase, or like the paintings are getting low attention. So we have done the like count, normalized like count after all this data set, and we have distributed the data set in two parts. That is high, that is a caption with high like count and caption with low like count. Okay, so this is the data set. This is an overall data set, and then we have distributed the data set into two categories, as I mentioned, as high and low. So I'll share the GitHub link with you, because of this model, this is a text algorithms, and it is topic modeling basically. So it will take a lot of time for you to process the algorithm. So I'll put the GitHub link in a chat, so that you can just copy that GitHub link to your computer, and you can work with me parallelly, or you can just after the session you can just run the model. So this is the basic CSV file that we are going to see. And as I mentioned, again, it is divided into two, that is high caption and low caption. So we are going to work on two files that is there. So now I'll again stop sharing as we have a look around the data set. Then we'll go with the next part, that is Jupyter Notebook. So I'll share the Jupyter Notebook code with you. Just give a second. I'll just put the GitHub link, so it will be easy for you to follow with me. Yes, so I have put the GitHub link. You can download the entire GitHub link from there. So now we will see the notebook, Jupyter Notebook. Yes, so here we go. Yeah. So right, you can see my notebook, Jupyter Notebook. So this is a file that is speaks about like high caption. When you'll see your GitHub, you can see the data set, the main data set file that I have shown you. Then there are two data sets again, like high CSV and low CSV. It speaks about the comments or posts that has been classified as high depending on the like count, the normalized like count. Next, the low CSV, these are the comments or the post that has been fallen into the category of low like count. Then we have like two Jupyter Notebooks file, that is high caption, and similar process will apply with the low caption. Then we'll extract the, and combinedly we'll put and we'll see what we have understood from this processing. Yes, to start, you might be aware the node will speak about the next session. We have to, the next important thing here is the stop words. Stop words are like the words which are important. but we can remove it. Machine learning algorithm doesn't need stop words to be analyzed. But when we are speaking about like grammatically, they play an important role, because if you don't add like and the or what, but it doesn't make any sense. But yes, for machine learning we don't need stop words, so we'll be ignoring these stop words, and we'll just utilizing the text which is left after stop words. So for this, there is an important library for NLTK, that is, you just have to import the library from nltk.corpus import stop words. So this is different for every language. Okay, so this stop words is for English, but I have worked with some Danish data set also, so then I have to apply here the Danish stop word language, because in that case, what are the stop words are there in English are removed, and same goes like what are the stop words considered in Danish, or like for example Hindi, it will be get automatically removed. So this is a wonderful library from NLTK, that is stop words. After stop words, these are usually the stop words which are there in that library in a stop word list. But there are some in our database. It varies from database to database. Like you just have to, after experimenting some results, you find that okay, these are some Danish words. Okay, so these are not getting removed using this English stop words library. So mostly the caption is written in English, but sometimes just to have an interesting conversation with the viewers or just to attract the users, there are some Danish words put over here. So to erase this Danish words, they are repeating many a times. So to have a proper idea, I have just extended my stop words list with these few words. So your list can modify as per your data set. So for example, if you have your data set like on another project of a cancer pages where there were comments from Facebook. So cancer was most repetitive term, and we are working with cancer data sets, so we know that we are not analyzing the word cancer. So I have just added that to that extended stop word list. So you can add or modify your extended stop word list as per your data set, how you want to analyze it, how you want to, what you're looking from that. Okay. So the next step here is the reading of the CSV file. And as we are progressing just on caption, we are just interested for caption column. So we'll just use this caption column. Over here, we have just printed this caption column using a unique command. And we have just seen, okay, have we imported the right data frames from the CSV file? So we have just printed few lines of like the caption to see like, okay, now it's there in DF variable. So as you can see, I have just printed some few lines. So now the next step comes while speaking is converting the data frame options into captions. Like if you want this data frames, these are particularly frames. What we have extracted is in a frame format. We just want it to make in a form of a list. So we'll just convert it using data option, and then we again taken a different variable and we have just processed it further. So the next step here, what we are doing is converting pre-processing. So this is an important step that I was speaking. In text pre-processing, we are using the regular expressions. So it depends on like what the text you have, but certainly there are some basic steps that need to be done uh, for every uh, for every data set what you have. So the data text pre-processing, it involves like text cleaning. First of all, you just have to make sure yourself like you have a clean data set. That is the very important task. And then next is there are some steps over here that we need to perform it like step by step. First is lower casing, you just have to make sure that your data or um, your data is in a correct format. So either we convert into same casing, or just make sure that it is like everything in one format. We are not extracting anything like we are not misguided from the algorithm. So first is lower casing, then we have to take care of punctuations, removal of punctuations. So it is very important because while writing a text, we make a sentence by punctuation or like using colon or semicolon. But for applying machine learning, these are not needed. So we will just remove them with the pre-processing steps that we have to apply. Then, as I mentioned, as we have already done, that is removal of stop words. Like you just have to remove the stop words which are occurring many a times in your data set, like a and. Then stemming, and then removal of single quotes. I'll just explain you some stemming in later part, because currently we are just working with the cleaning text cleaning part using regular expressions. So like cleaning, and then we can see like we have just converted all these question marks and slash and columns and dollar signs, whatever we are getting from the text, we are just cleaning and having a clear text data. Then it is so I hope you're clear with these cleaning steps that need to be performed using these regular expressions. So we have extracted the new line characters, we have removed the single quotes, and we have done removed the question mark and the underscore statements, whatever are there in our comments or in captions. So next step, what we are doing is we are just converting this data, whatever we have, into words. Like we got the sentences of like long sentences. Here, as we can see, for example, if we read the first caption, we cannot wait 2 year explore 2019 with you, Bulia, and New Year. So these are the first, these are the words which are there in first sentence. So what we are going to do, we are just going to make it in a form of a word. So it is important for us, like the machine, it understands, no, it will not process the entire statement. It will process in a form of a words. So it is important for us to convert that entire statement into proper words. So we have just converted the entire statements what we have into the words, into the data words, and we have printed a variable for this, that is data words. Okay, so in this way we have converted the entire text which is falling under the caption column into this program. Okay, so I hope you're all getting me and you're with me. So if I'm going a bit faster, one of you can just ping me or let me know. I'll just slow down. If you are like going with the piece, then it's fine. So next concept is unigram, and yeah, I can see some chat. Yes, okay. So yeah, we are going. Thank you. Thank you for responding. Yes. So we can see that next topic is okay. I'm getting a little faster. Okay, I'll just slow down. You can work with me. That's fine. So yes. So I hope you have got this pre-processing steps where you just have to go with the removal of punctuations, removal of stop words, and the single quotes. And where we, in these steps, we have identified all the extra pre-processing steps that are not needed in our text, or which might be a barrier for text processing. So we have just removed that in step number in this Anaconda Navigator step 6. In step 7, we have converted these words, the long sentences into words. so that we can get a particular word out of all sentences, and we are going to process on those words. So yes, so next comes a unigram, bigram, and trigram model. You must be aware of this unigram and bigram and trigram. I'll explain you how it is working over here. So for example, if you have the sentence like example, I love reading blogs about data science, right? So in this is a sentence, and every word is considered as a unigram, okay? But when we say about bigram, it is two sequence of words. I love reading, about data science, these are fall into the bigram. But when we speak about trigram, it is combination of three words. You can see as it is named, it is progressing. Uni means one, bi means two, and tri means three. So trigram means combination of three words. So how it is used in our model, that I'll explain you. For example, if we have a long sentences, the first caption we can consider the same sentence. We cannot wait to explore with you Boolean New Year, right? This is one of the caption, what company has posted for a particular image. For the same, for example, if we have like, if the company has posted like similar kind of words, like we want to explore more of sofa designs for this new year. It's a kind of similar thing, right? But just a different image, but the words are the same. So it makes a processor easier when we consider the bigrams and trigrams for our model. Because imagine if you're going to process a unigram word, you will get on this simple sentence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 words, 8 words, 7 to 8 words in a particular sentence. Imagine if you have like thousands of text, and if you'll process that test, 8 words or single word with the model, it will not give a good impact on your results, and it will take huge lot of time. Just to avoid that and to have a better approach for the model, we have designed the bigram and trigram model. This makes us easier. This makes it easier, right? But for example, when we say it's like human brain, it's a magic of human brain. When we say like, how are you? It means that, okay, we are asking someone a question like, how are you? So it is predicted the answer like from the other person, like, okay, I'm fine, thank you, right? But we have to make understand machine as smart as we are. So here comes the concept of bigram and trigram, where we can process like 2 words or combination of 3 words at a time, and we just have to make them we just have to train the system efficiently so that they can perform well. There is and it will reduce our time processing of machine, and also it will help for the better approach, right? So in this, we can see we have built, again, I have used a Gensim model for this. It's a Gensim is providing a package again for the bigram and the trigram. And I'm using the same model for that. And we have just printed some data words like, okay, just print me some data words or a combination, how it is going to be for the first caption, what I have, just to make sure that it is working. Right? So this is about bigram and trigram. So next the step comes is lemmatization. So lemmatization, it's basically a library. It's basically a step where you just use it, remove the extra words which are not needed in our text. Like for example, we have running, we have loving, we have reading. We know that the basic word is love, read, and run, but we don't need that ing form to understand or interpret the text. So what we'll do here, we'll do the lemmatization so that we understand the vocabulary and return to the base, and just we want those base words. We are just interested in having a base words in that. Okay, so after lemmatizing, after removal of a we have just defined the functions stop words, bigrams and trigrams, and again we have used this lemmatization. Along with that, we have done the pause tagging. Pause tagging means the parts of speech tagging. So parts of speech, we know we just look around for noun, adjective, verb, and adverb. So what Spacey will do here, now Spacey plays an important role over here. What Spacey will do, okay, if it is identifying a noun from a sentence, it will just label it as noun. If it is identifying an adjective, it will just label it as adjective. And same goes for verb and adverb. So whenever you are looking at a sentence, so after bigram and trigram modeling, it will just look for lemmatization, and then it will do the pause tagging. So it will just identify the terms and it will label it accordingly as it is. Okay. So here we have done the whatever the functions we have defined here for stop words and bigrams and trigrams, we are just calling here in to our words that have been defined, that is data words. So we are using a Spacey library to load the English content, because our model is performing on English. When you're performing on a different language, you just have to change it. Okay, so then whatever we are defining here for noun, adverb, and for pause tagging, we are just calling the same sentences just to have a clear pause tagging. So we can see that, okay, after that lemmatization, we just left with the 4 important words: can wait, explore, new year, right? So this what is happening in all the pre-processing steps. So till here, we have just converted all the pre-processing steps, converted all our basic text into the required category that is needed for this algorithm. So I hope you all are with me. Now the next point comes is the term document frequency. So I'm going code wise and step wise, so it is easy for you to understand, like, okay, what does this step is doing here, and how it is, what's the meaning, and why we are doing this, and how we have implemented this. The next is the term document frequency. So term document frequency, it usually speaks about, like, we know computer doesn't understand words. We just have to give them in a proper format of a term document. We have to convert this text into numbers. Okay, so the term document frequency, what it does is it identifies each word and it assigns into a number. You must have heard the technique of bag of words in this, or count vectorizer, but I have used here the term document frequency, that is conversion of a term into words. So when we speak about term document frequency, when we have a set of words which are falling into the same category, it just label that words using a relevant technique. Okay, so for example, when we have the statement like data science is awesome, this is an example statement, then we'll just place data in one category, is, science, and awesome. And then again, what term document frequency do, it will go again to the next statement and it will identify again the term document frequency. It will, what all the words that we identified using this process are labeled one after the other and just assigned a term or a number to that frequency. Okay, so this is done. There is a dictionary for this. There is a dictionary created in English language. We are just going to call that dictionary using a variable id to word, and we are just going to use that dictionary to our corpus, and which is that we have defined in a text. Okay, so we just have to the print corpus. So in this step, what we have done, we have whatever the bunch of words we are having, we have just assigned each a number. Okay, so a number wise, the process, it will see for a word if it is there already in its term frequency, it will just put at a number, or it will go for another number. So this process is repeated until it reaches to the last statement of the data set. Okay, so this is again an important step, because the machine doesn't understand the text, right? It doesn't understand wait, explore, no, here you have to convert it into the words. So you have to convert it into numbers. So whatever the words are there, it has been classified into numbers, it has been converted into numbers. So these are all the done. Once you have done till all these steps, which includes the pre-processing and the importing of packages in pandas, in Python, this is the algorithm that we are going to see, the topic modeling. So I hope you have gone till now. Just to make sure we are going with pace, and I'm not a bit fast enough. Okay, so yes. So now is topic modeling. So topic modeling, it's an unsupervised algorithm. The beauty of this algorithm is that you have like piles of documents and you're bored of like, okay, what are the topics? What is happening in this? So you can just apply topic algorithms. I'll give you a real-time example where I have implemented this topic algorithm. During lockdown in February, in March or April, I guess in India, we are all in lockdown, and everyone is speaking about this coronavirus and lockdown. So what I have done, I have extracted the comments. I have converted the YouTube videos from different news channels like Z News and Up and Z Marathi and like the top national channels. All have made a list of top 10 news channels. I have converted those trending videos into text. I have scraped the data, and then I have applied the topic modeling in this, like, okay, what are the most common discussed topics in this February and March, right? So just to have a glimpse, I'm just very much fun. Once I learn some new thing, I'm so curious to apply in every field, whatever I'm having on my plate. Like if everyone is locked down, everyone is curious, we are in front of screens most of the time, so we are just watching news channels. So this made me inspired, like, okay, what if I apply topic modeling to these news contents? So I have just wonderfully loved this algorithm, and it made me to apply to many of the things. After that, I've applied this algorithm to many of my data sets, whatever I have, just to explore like how it is working or how it can be performed. So this is the best key to just keep practicing yourself, like, okay, to come up with the model. If you learn something new, just go and applying on it, whatever you have. So you will be more perfect, or you'll be more confident. You'll just realize it, okay, this might be the case. Okay, this can be the case. So the topic modeling, as I mentioned, you have files of documents and you just don't want to read, and it's like impossible to have a glimpse of it in one clear shot. So then you apply the topic modeling. So when you are reading, the most preferred example, the common example that I can give is newspapers. Like you have like 5 years of newspapers, and you just want to analyze, okay, I have this much of text data, which are the topics that are most discussed over the years. Are there any different topics that are discussed, or it is like only the coronavirus or it's only about vaccination? Are there any identified topics are there any important topics which are left behind? We can even also analyze that. So it is just an algorithm which analyzes the topic of documents from that particular text. So yes, Because we are having huge Instagram comments. I have just considered here 1500 for time being, 1500 data set, what I have shown you. But there are like many, when you work on real-time data set, it is like a huge matter. Then you have to be like, okay, what are the topics or what are the products? As I mentioned in today's example, what we are seeing, what are the products that are being falling into the category of high engagement post, and what are the products that are falling into the category of low engagement, like which products need more attention from company, either it's like redesigning or marketing. So that we are going to identify using topic modeling. I have some check, I guess, let me check. Yes, so, okay. Next is the, yes, I'll explain you the algorithm, how it works. It works in this way. As you can see the steps, for example, you have the document, you have the piles of documents with you. Now you have to identify the key topics which are across the statement or which are across the documents. Let us consider the topics as K. So what you will do, what the algorithm do, it distributes these K topics across the document and it assigns that word to each topic. Okay. So for example, when we say like, okay, Sachin Tendulkar, there is some news related to sports. Sachin Tendulkar is a good cricketer. For example, there is some news flashing. So it will fall, it identifies like cricket falls into the category of a topic of a sports. So it will classify all the words related to that into one topic. In that, the next step is for each word W. In document M, it assumes that topic is wrong, but every other assigned topic is correct. First, it will classify into the wrong topic. It feels like, okay, this might be the topic. Then again, it processes pre-process. Then it again do the processing. It again step over and it identifies the correct topic. Here, the probability is assigned to each word, and depending on probability, it is decided whether it falls into that category or not. So, assigning of probability, it takes place in two ways. That what are the topics in document M for a particular document? What are the topics that have been coming forward, and how many times a particular word has been repeated across the document? Because if you analyze a particular text, when it speaks about like weather, it will speak all the words related to weather. Then it's pretty normal, like, okay, this article or this document or these topics speaks about weather. Okay, then we have to repeat this process number of times until all the words in the topic have been classified. Next comes, here we are using the LDA model approach, that is latent direct allocation. So latent direct allocation, it works on a mechanism of Markov chain model distribution. So once the topics have been classified to one category, it goes again step by step and assigns the topics. So for this, the GenSim model has been designed. It particularly works for topic modeling and supervised algorithms. So we are going to call here the LDA model. So in LDA model, these are the parameters that has to be passed. These are the kind of a default parameters. You just have to hyper tune it depending on your data set and depending on your need, how we are going to progress. So the key important thing I would like to mention here about topic modeling is to identify the number of topics. You have the document and files of text data with you now, all ready to just apply some algorithm. But how many topics you're going to decide, this is a key challenge while applying a topic modeling, because the topics must not be like too much in number. Like for example, I have given a basically 5. If I give 10, imagine it will create a 10 number of categories of topics, and then it will fall, the words fall into that category. So it will be like very much a difficult to understand which word is exactly. It is not narrowing down the everything. And the disadvantage or like a lacking feature of topic modeling is that you have to assume what are the topics are speaking about. You have to analyze. This is not like a, like you apply for unsupervised algorithm, supervised algorithm, sorry, supervised algorithms, like okay, you apply linear regression and you'll get, okay, this is blue and this is white. Okay, no, topic modeling doesn't work in this way. You have to analyze the topics. You have to experiment with number of topics. Here 5 number of topics giving me the best results, but initially I tried with 7, I tried with 10, with where the products, where the words are falling into each category, and it is very difficult to analyze and come with some conclusions. So you have to experiment. So I would suggest you here, depending on your data set, what you have, just try to analyze and experiment with different random number of topics. Like you can give 3, you can give 5. For some data set, 3 number of topics worked well for me. For some data sets, 7 number of topics worked well for me. So for this type of, for whatever the data set I have, this number 5 are the 5 topics that I'm going to analyze and see which are the most common words or designs that is attracting depending on the caption. Okay, so this is, you have to focus over here, and rest all is a basic syntax that you can use, and you can just hyper tune it, experiment with it, and then you will come with some results. After applying the LDA model, we are going to print the keywords in top topics. Okay, so initially I've done with 10, but now we are just considering 5. Okay, so it's a, we have to print the keywords in the 5 topics that we have printed over here. So we have like the first word that comes most of the times in the data set is table. So it numbers from 0 to 4. It starts from 0, so automatically the last topic is 4 when we are giving the number 5. So in topic 0, in a 0 number of in 0 topic, which is labeled as 0, the most probable word is table. So it's having the high probability of 0.33. So it's like it has been found in the document these many times. Next comes the chair, the design, the dining. I have just printed the 7 words and 10 words over here. As you can see, I have just printed the first maximum 10 words in probability. You can increase this depending on like, okay, I just want to print the first 20 words. If you want to see in minute detail what are the topics are speaking about, but I'm just interested in first 10. So I have just printed the first 10. Even I would recommend you to go with the 10 words first if you want in detail, and if you're not understanding what are the topics speaking about, then you can again rearrange your re-experiment with your data set, and you can re-experiment with your code. The next topic, it speaks about like sofa and design. So it means that, okay, in topic 0, it speaks about table. So this we have to interpret now. What are the words with probability falling into this topic? It speaks about the word table. Getting me? As we are having a furniture company data set, so definitely we are going to have these words. We know that, okay, these are the words which will be there in our list, in our topics. So the table is the first word with maximum probability. So whenever it has the words falling around it are the speaks about the table, we can just assume for that. Next, it speaks about like sofa. So there are some sofas with good design. It speaks about like soft color and like, okay, it's this just for this year, or like there are some even words like, okay, come and can, like there are some caption which company interpreted that, okay, can it be the good design, or we will come with some good design in future, or this is coming for this year. So we just have to interpret those results. I'll just show you in visualization, then it will be more clear for you in coming steps. Just to make sure that you understand, okay, these are the probabilities for each word that is falling into this category. So we have printed here for all 5 topics with the number of words and the probability. That comes like the measure of topic modeling that is done using perplexity and coherence. Perplexity is like a measure, like if you give the data set, if you train the model, and when you give the data set, new data set, how it is going to perform. So it's common that you must have a low perplexity score to perform the model better. And coherence is a measure by which you can check the semantic similarity between the high scoring words. So how much is a coherence for this model, for this particular topics that we have identified, that we have to see. So it is coming, perplexity score is coming around to -7 and coherence is 0.35. So around 0.3, everything is accepted or like considered fairly good in topic modeling. So this all till now, then we'll see the topics. Okay, so as I mentioned, we have used this library package PYLDVIS to print our topic modeling results. Okay, so this is a wonderful package. I love the visualization and interactive way they provide in this. You can see over here, once you click, these are the 5 topics that we have identified. This is so interactive, like when you click on number 1 topic, it will show you all the list of words that has been falling into the topic 1. Okay, then we'll see the topic 2. You can see all the list of words that has been most relevant in topic 2. Same goes for number 3, then number 4 and number 5. So you can see like how interactive it is built. It is so helpful to print the results. Then it will show you in one glance. Like it's so interactive that when I was presenting my results, the company people are easily understood, like, okay, these are the topics or these are the most identified captions or words they have been using or they must use. Okay, so this is about the number of words that are falling into different topics. So it is very interactive. You can just see by yourself and you can present it like, okay, this way it is working. Then this is one form of interpreting and presenting the results, that is word cloud. And word cloud is just to identify the words that are there in identified topics, just to have a glance, like, okay, by seeing word cloud in one glance, we can see like, okay, designs are the thing that is falling into the category, homes, then chair and dining and vase, these are all the products which are falling into the high caption. It means high engagement caption. These are the captions which has received a good like count on their Instagram post, on company's Instagram post. Okay, so this all is about high caption. Like this is the file where we have processed the high caption engagement, means which the captions which has a good number of like count, which are above 200, I guess. We have separately processed the normalized count and we came up with some conclusions, and depending on that, we have just processed these files into high caption and low caption, right? So I'll just show you the next file next to Jupyter Notebook, that is low CSV. So in this category, we have the captions which are having low engagement, okay? So these captions are not working much well for the company, and for these are the products that company needs more attention. Yeah, so the processing is kind of a similar with the low caption even, like you just have to do the entire similar steps. The only thing I modified here is the file that we are going to see. So in low engagement post, you will find this CSV file in the GitHub link that I have shared. So in low CSV, you'll just get the captions that are with low engagement, low like count. People are just not liked it as they have appreciated the high engagement captions. So then the same number of steps, like same pre-processing, similar kind of bigrams and trigrams model. Then we have done lemmatization, stopwords, entirely the same. There is no change in doing the steps. It is just the file that we are be analyzing. So after applying the topic modeling, as I've shown you previously, as I've shared with you previously, now see the results. So you'll understand like, okay, this how it performs and how it is adding a difference. So like, okay, these are the words, these are the topics that are falling into the category of low engagement captions or low engagement post. So when we see like, okay, collaboration, music, art, fashion, these are the words which are falling in topic 0. Then in topic 1, new, collection, design, love, sofa. Okay, then fabric, ear, much. One more thing I want to tell you here is that the people, the company people are working day and night with this Instagram and caption and comments. So they are the right people who can judge the results. Because being a data scientist or machine learning engineer, I can just use my algorithm knowledge and I can tweak, hypertune it. But finally, it must be the right client or the people who can who can expect or explain us more in detail about the topics falling. So after showing the results, like I have just shared my results with the company, with the Bulia company, but after having a session or word with them, they were more clear with like, okay, yes, we understand, and they actually figured it out, and they were so impressed with the results. Like they started working on the products which are falling into the category of low caption. Why? They have started to identify the questions, or started to identify answers to the question, like why these products have been into the low engagement, why they have not been appreciated in people. Like for example, you can see like, okay, there is some Scandinavian designs and amazing, but they are still need, why they are Scandinavian amazing designs, but still they are not being appreciated during that year or during that stock, like how they can improve and progress. So in this way, we can see like we have different interactive sessions over here as we have built up further. And we have also generated the word cloud. Now I'll show you, this all is related to the notebook. I hope you have understood this entirely, this notebook, and you might be able to perform or pre-process the steps. I'll share my screen again with the where we have analyzed our result. So yes, so we have seen this notebooks. Okay, so now we have seen the word cloud from high engagement post. I have shown you in my notebook, like these are the words which are attractive and falling in high engagement post, which are having a good like count. And these are the word cloud which are having a low engagement post, and which are able to, like the company is able to identify, okay, these are the products that need to be redefined or they must have to think on these terms. So when after presenting the results to company, I have just analyzed and have a word with them, and it is like, when we speak about topic 0, in high engagement post, like the first number of topic 1, it speaks about table, chair, storage, solid. So we can say that, okay, there is something related to wood. It means that the company's wooden products are more in demand or attracted by the customers. Then comes this design, soft color, so goes the same to sofa. Then new design collection, it means the storage or whatever, the wall storage or hand storage or like code storage you are having over here are being more into interactive to the customer as compared to other. They're also having much demand in light and home and like the timing, we can just interpret, okay, these words are speaking about a term that is lamp. Then you can see the flower, green space. Then there is like vase, which is more being attracted from the customer. Now, when we see about the topics of analysis of low engagement post, the company usually do once a year this art and awards. Okay, so what I have analyzed is that, okay, when they say about fashion, below music, so it is related to art. So company has to think the products that are related to art. Then company also perform some awards, like, you can see the certification they give, which they have